Czemu to stworzenie będą
Why
ścigało?
was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
Czym jest klub Ascalon?
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scout.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
So was it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Prewan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank
Czyli
you.
ona
I
nie
will bear
żyje,
that in mind.
ale ona żyje. Tylko, że ona nie żyje, ale ona żyje. Czyli ona nie żyje, bo ona żyje, ale żyje, bo nie żyje.
Keep your distance, Ekon! Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was...
Ciekawe. Czyli on ją zabił, czy jej w końcu nie zabił? Nas na dole. Krzepła krew.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
Czyli ona... żyje?
Why did
Czemu
you
tu
come
pani
here?
przyszła?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Aha. Nie no, jakoś szanuję
Do you
za to.
take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
No właśnie nie, bo...
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well.
Taką
Then.
rękę dziwną.
What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before
Pewnie
falling
zabrał
ill.
dom i tak dalej.
Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
Shadows?
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred.
Może
And
to
it
jest
will
to, co
kill
nas
again.
nawiedza.
And it hates you, Doctor. Oh,
Czyli
it
nas
hates
stwórca.
you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Dobrze, zostawmy ją. Nie interesuje mnie ona tak bardzo teraz.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
O, jak dawno jest tutaj
For how
ukrywać
long
się?
have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Nie zdradza.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why
Zrozumiałe.
don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the sewer skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can. Hide.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I
Punk.
really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Hampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you,
Bardzo miło.
Bridget.
Dobra, ja ich nie będę zdradzał,
I
bo
hope
oni
we'll
tutaj
meet
se...
again.
Nie mam powodu, żeby ich tutaj prześladować i tak dalej, więc nie będę ich męczył. Bo potem to się może źle skończyć. Podążaj za szczałkami, no okej. Aha, terytorium skarów z kanałów. Mała trochę ta mapa jest. Nie o to mi chodziło. Okej, nowe questy. Mało życia mam. Muszę sobie to ulepszyć, żeby więcej tego nosić przy sobie. 4000 mam tylko w zapasie. Dobrze, podążę za
The
szczepami.
vampire hunters will never find us here.
I cannot enter.
Cannot enter.
It's locked, all right.
Okej. Wyjdźmy stąd w takim razie i wróćmy do Shona. Ciekawy co Sean ma dla nas do powiedzenia. Vampyr. Takie małe przecinki są czasem. Muszę mówić ciszej, bo śpią. Więc będę szeptał. Ale w nocy się lepiej gra. Mogę też robić tak, że będę po prostu będę grał rano. Czy nam naprawdę było budowanie na zasadzie wyjdź za kratki. Naprawdę. Nie rozumiem, jakby mnie zrespiło na dworze, ale tutaj? Oho. Ciekawe.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
Teraz nie wiem, czy... Teraz nie wiem, czy jakby to powiedzieć... Kurwa, nie wiem jak to powiedzieć. Wrogi w ogóle to już jest. Jest pojebany trochę, nie wiem czy niedobrze jest, żeby go wypić.
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Nie żyją.
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
Może ten Dawson
So you
jest,
have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
jakby
As long as we keep to ourselves, we
środku
interest no one. This is a
tej
haven,
czwartej
and I pray it
dzielnicy.
remains so for
Tak mi
eons
się
to
wydaje.
come.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to... We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I haven't the luxury of being able to satisfy my hunger on staunched blood and lifeless flesh.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your
Pojebało
urges
go.
and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Dajmy go normalnego.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey his will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No!
I said kneel and drink. Now!
Mów co mówię, kurwa, mnie nie wkurwie. Oho. Co się dzieje? Baranek ofiarny. Czy już nie ma tego na ryju? Normalny jesteś? Zdrowy? Dobra, tropimy w takim razie. Lag?
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
O chuj tu chodzi.
I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father.
Złodziej?
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
You again? What do you want?
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Dobra.
Well, I'll leave you.
To dużo wyjaśnia. Dobra, siema.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Widział, co się pan stało?
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Ciekawe.
Goodbye.
Dobra, to są jakieś... Tutaj muszę iść. Łupy wojenne. Stabilne, dobra. Moim zdaniem tylko ona nie zasługiwała po to. Głupią suką była. Dobra, idziemy po te łupy wojenne w takim razie. Zdrowy. Kurwa, spokojnie. Piękne zakończenie euro, muszę wam powiedzieć. Znaczy powiem wam tak, ja nic nie mam do Angolii, do Angolii, nic nie mam do angielskich piłkarzy. Mam żal tylko o typów, ludzi, którzy się przychwalają, że oni są dobrzy.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
I'll kill it!
Powinien się uleczyć.
Giselle's stolen money. Prewen has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Powinien mi to oddać. Nie no, nie będziemy jej okłamywać, ja jej to oddam. Wiecie o co chodzi. Ja jestem życzliwym człowiekiem. A mnie to wczytywanie denerwuje tak z dupy.
You again.
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well... Thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades?
Bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
Well, I'll leave you for...
Czy ona jest chora? Mogę ją uleczyć w jakiś sposób?
You again. What do you want?
Bole...
Do you need medical help?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Well, I'll leave you...
No dobrze, więc... Pójdźmy... do mieszkania, tylko... To jest kryjówka, ja bym poszedł do kryjówki, wiecie... Żeby się uleczyć po drodze. To może zaznaczę to sobie na mapie. Byłoby miło. 4000 punktów są do wydania. Dopiero pójdziemy, bo ja nie chcę iść jak mam mało zdrowia. Nieznajomy. Kim ty jesteś?
Hello, boy.
Hello.
Rufus.
Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that People prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
We're all truly alone in this world. You're lucky you learnt that early.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
To miło jest z jej strony.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Evening, Rufus.
Dlaczego od razu?
Do you need help?
A real doctor can...
A real...
I don't know what...
So long.
Dochodzi do zdrowia, dobra.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts will be running completely amok.
Kim ty jesteś?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. May I...
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here for charity.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying...
Cox. A czy ja czasem, poczekajcie. Patrzcie, to jest Edwina Cox, co nie? Clay Cox. A, bo ja go zabiłem. A to chyba jego żona. Trochę XD w niego, ale...
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have...
Fragment z pustu. Dobra.
Good.
Hello.
Can I offer you?
I'm fine.
Goodbye.
Dobra. Wyleczmy
Without
się.
the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts will be running completely amok.
Tylko gdzie tu jest wejście? Tutaj jest wejście. Zwiększy sobie stan zdrowia. Na bardzo wysoki poziom. potwierdź. Czyli ja go wyliczyłem. O, widzicie, już mi się stan podwyższył. Zdrowy. Tutaj. Tutaj już stan spadł na poważny, więc tu muszę ich więcej tutaj wyleczyć. Wszystkich tutaj, jak mi się to zwiększy. No, tu już jest bardzo 1% od wrogiego. To jest przejebane wszystko. Jemu zaraz spadnie, zaraz zginie. Tu jest stabilny. Czyli na razie tutaj jest najlepszy. No dobrze. I patrzcie, ile teraz mamy zdrowia. Dobra. Więc polećmy tam. Tam, gdzie mieliśmy lecieć. O tą proszkę matki. O proszkę matki. O chuj. O chuj, to 22. Nie, spierdalam stąd. 22, ja mam 16, no thanks. Nie będę ryzykował. Ała. Bało cię. No. Przynajmniej mi się fiolki ten odnowiły. Aha, muszę to gówno usunąć, żeby mi się już nie pokazywało. Odblokowano drzwi. Zachodnie doki. Warto ich leczyć tutaj, bo tu tutaj przejebane się robi. Jak w trzeciej dzielnicy. Będziesz mnie jakimś kwasem polewał, frajerska chmuro. Oni już tu są już przejebani, już mają po 20 levela. Ja mam dopiero 16. Potrzebuję jakiejś szybszej broni. Tą maczetę pierwszą bym sobie ulepszył. Aha.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me?
Ślady krwi na
There's
razie
been a
widzę.
fight here.
Wleciał ktoś przez okno. Coś albo ktoś wyskoczył. Dobra, przeszukajmy wszystko, wszystkie zasoby, szlingi i tak dalej.
This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
Może ten duży
Where
taki.
does this blood trail lead?
Pójdźmy, to się dowiedzmy. Podążaj tropem krwi. No to lecimy.
Last warning, sir! There's one! Over there! There's one!
Trzy szalingi. Okej, idziemy dalej.
So much blood. Whoever was killed got dried out.
Co teraz? Podążaj tropem krwi. No to jestem i to się już kończy. Tędy przyszłem. Aha, tutaj się jeszcze ciągnie.
Drag the poor wench across all these streets to let her expire. We have to stop it! Die, vermin!
Oho. O kurwa. Przykrzyżowana.
Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out. Only a golden watch in her pockets.
Kwiat.
This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family. The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire.
I see you.
Oho. Ciekawe.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
No widzisz, John. Czyli to jest jakaś laska, okej. Krytyczny. Nic się nie dzieje.
What was that?
Ktoś mnie woła. Wampirzyca prawdopodobnie.
I won't let you escape.
Gdzie mam iść teraz? Tędy.
You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
czas tutaj. Albo nie.
Stupid beast! Bloody leech! No!
Jak śmiesz. Dobra.
They've all been butchered.
O kurwa, wiecie, ja chyba wiem, o co chodzi. Pamiętacie, jak na początku powiedziałem, że w prologu gry, jak John zabił Mary z głodu krwi i potem my ją pochowaliśmy i ta róża, nasza jakby matka wrzuciła na grób Mary, była w gardle tej typiary i to jest kobieta, która jakby przed nami ucieka i prowadzi na cmentarz i zna nasze imię, to może być kurwa Mary.
I can still sense a presence.
To może być Mary, która jest wampirzycą. To by było ciekawe. To może być Mary.
Come to me.
I feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
Oho. To jest ciekawe bardzo.
God help! Please help me!
Oho.
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary.
Mary, is it really you?
A nie mówiłem?
Oh, it's me all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice.
No właśnie.
I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then.
Przecież nie
The
zabiję
family
matki chyba,
Reed,
nie?
reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these
Pojebało ją.
nights in Whitechapel pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No.
Pojebało ją
So
mocno,
that
mocno.
smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good.
Kurwa,
You
naprawdę.
left me to rot in this grave. Yes, Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature.
Mary.
Rest in peace.
Mary, ja nie chcę. O kurwa, ale
I'll
mi to
do to
pojebało.
you what you did to Dorothy Craig. Come. Abomination.
Nie chcę cię zabijać, mordo. Już raz cię
I'll
zabiłem.
make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton.
Mary.
What have you done? Kinslayer!
Mary.
Well, brother, It's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
Przynajmniej można ją teraz pochować godnie. Wiesz, skoro mnie już wybaczyła. Święta Mary. Kilka nocy później. Lag.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Wampir, naukowiec, jeje, rosnąca gorączka. - 6000 misji. 4. rozdział. Poważny. Zdrowy. Muszę tu już wszystkich trochę poleczyć. I tu też, bo to już jest krytyczne. A będzie wrogie. To się źle skończy. kolejnej nocy. No, za każdym nocy to im spada w dół. Już jest wrogi. Zdrowie coraz chodzi niżej. To już jest przejebane wszystko. Dobrze. Crafting. Chyba trzeba sobie ulepszyć broń. To chyba tyle. Dobra, wyleczmy może tych typów.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
uleczmy tych w pobliżu na razie.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Is there any...
Really?
Goodbye.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I cannot enter. Good evening, Doctor. Doctor, I am... Do you need... I would have been... I will... Good... Good evening.
Reed,
Do you need... Then you...
Brian po prostu dał mi, przeskipuję to, żeby po prostu mieć ich jakby pod ręką.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Do you need... I will... Good...
Aha, już z nim gadałem, dobra. Dochodzi do zdrowia. Fajnie. Ból głowy. Tutaj mogę z nim pogadać.
It's locked, all right.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Tu jakaś scenka z nim. Związana.
It's locked, all right.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Hiena, tak zwana. Ciekawe, ciekawe. Wyleczmy może Pipę.
A giant.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need...
I'm afraid. Thank you.
Good.
Jej tu już nie ma, zapomniałem. Ją jakby już uleczyłem. Ją też mogę uleczyć.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require...
Do you know... Well...
Good.
To disapprove of our method, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, Doctor. And good evening...
On ma ten ból głowy, ale nie mogę mu teraz to zrobić, bo nie mam teraz tego typa. Czy tego typa, żeby go teraz uleczyć. Nie mam jak. Dobra, dajmy jej też coś.
Good evening, Nurse Brand.
Good
Do you require...
Nie mam środka na zmęczenie już. Ból głowy.
Good doctor. Do you need it? Yeah. I will. Good.
Muszę zrobić więcej.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pem.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed.
That's quite a...
You can call me Milton.
I'm not sure...
Well, I'm no doctor.
You have a...
No need...
Do you need...
I'm afraid...
I'll see...
Yeah. Wise choice...
Czyli no takie coś sprzedaje, rozumiem. Strzelba, stać mnie. Dobra, kupię. A więc...
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Wiecie co? Sprawdzę jak się tu działa. Tu jest już poważne, ale ten wraca do zdrowia, ten wraca do zdrowia, ten wraca do zdrowia. Oni tak bardzo jeszcze nie umierają, więc ten już może stracić bardzo. Ten i ten. Muszę się do Whitechapel przejść. Wiecie co? Ale to zrobimy już jutro. To już jutro zrobimy, bo nie mogę się teraz tak bardzo drzeć i rozmawiać jest głośniej, więc zrobimy to jutro, znaczy jutro, dzisiaj rano, jak wstanę. Więc to tyle. Leczymy zmarłych.